Hello and welcome to a Penergy episode of the podcast. Now this week I wanted to talk to you about why sales sucks. Now for 4 years I have been producing and helping women grow their business by focusing on sales. And you know what? It has been hard yakka. Yakka is a Kiwi term for I don't really know what it's for. It's just like hard work, I guess. And so it has been super hard for me to really get in front of people to show them that sales is really, really important. And for me, coming from a sales background, coming from like family that buy and sell stuff, I mean, you could probably call us hustlers if you wanted to, but we buy and sell stuff to make money, right? Millions of dollars. And I find it just astronomical that people do not flock to learning how to do sales, right? Because sales is the lifeblood in your business. If you don't have sales coming in, you don't have a business, right? You're just making Instagram posts for fun. And yet every time I've said to some people, I work in sales in my previous roles, or otherwise, I help women grow their business through accelerated sales. People are like, ooh, right? Yucky. Sales is a dirty word. I am like the whore of the online world. It's awful to feel like that. And people are like, oh, no. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. If you go back through all of your training and any courses that you've done or any courses that you've done, any group programs, when it's come to the sales section, I bet you haven't even opened that part. Because you know what? It's not fun. It's like having a green drink every night or every morning after breakfast. It's not fun. It's like going on a diet and giving up all the sugary good stuff. You need to, but it's not fun, right? Sales is that yucky bit of your business. It is awful, and it always has been, and it always will be. And no matter how much I tell you that sales is actually fun and that it gives you all the money that you want, and it generates the ability for you to have the impact in the world, you're not ever going to believe me, right? Because if you do believe that sales is great, you never would have listened to this podcast in the first place. Because the story that we tell ourselves is that sales is hard. The story that we tell ourselves is that people who sell stuff are sleazy. The story that we tell ourselves is sales is just untrustworthy. My partner thinks that all estate agents are untrustworthy. And I can say that because I don't think he's ever listened to one of my podcasts. That's okay. Because they're all about sales, right? And he doesn't want to know about that. But the bottom line is, for growing his business and where he works, they need salespeople. And that has just made him go, no, I'm not good enough at sales. Why are they going to hire someone? And it's because you've told everyone, I'm not a salesperson. And you might be thinking that yourself. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a yoga instructor. I'm an energy healer. I'm a business coach. I'm a baker. I'm a relationship coach. I'm a graphic design consultant. I'm a lawyer. I'm a whatever. Insert your profession. So that does not make you a salesperson. And you know what? You're right. But the only thing that will make your business grow is eyeballs on your business and the ability for you to convert them into paying customers. Now, I got my hair done on the weekend, and the only reason I got my hair done at this place is because when I rang up, she booked me in. That is conversion, right? That is sales. And while I was there, she did a toner and some moisturizing thing, which is all upsells, right? And so why do you feel, I really want you to go away and challenge yourself. And moving forward in this business, we're going to be talking about the stories that are holding you back, okay? I am making a change within the business. And that is why I'm putting the sales swipe files, copy paste, tweak, sales swipe file suite, which is every sales conversation you could ever need to make sales easy for you. It's all in a swipe file style. So there is the swipe. So you insert your chosen field, your products, your tone, your vibe, and then there's an example down below, because I always find it like insert your client's pain point. You're like, oh, how the fuck do I put this? So I've actually given you an example of each of them as well, how we've used them in the business or how I've used them in my corporate career. Or online business. And we've been running this business for 4 years now. So I've encountered a lot of change, a lot of sales, and a lot of different situations. So I am having a Black Friday sale. So until the end of November, you'll be able to get them for 70% off. And we've got some wicked bonuses coming too. Let me just find where to put with them, because I'm super organized. I wrote a list. So we are going to, if you purchase by November 30 on the Black Friday sale, I am going to give you a free copy of my book, Get Momentum. It will be a Kindle version, so you'll be able to read that, and that's got the woo with the do, which is part of like how this podcast starts. And we will also be opening a Facebook support group to surround you with like-minded people who can actually help you with different ways of using the swipes and the templates. Okay, and so that means that all the horribleness around sales that you don't like and all the stories that you tell yourself, you'll be able to just keep those stories if you want, because you're going to have the sales swipe file suite, right? It's $29.99. So I'm going to pop the link in the show notes. You can also head to pennyelliottgroup.com with 2 T's, pennyelliottgroup.com, 2 T's, CPT sales swipe. So pennyelliottgroup.com, CPT sales swipe. All right? And you'll be able to get them there. And they are going to be $29.99, and usually it's $100. Now, it's actually about $250,000 worth of all of my personal development and business development, all squidged into one swipe file, one set of swipe files. There's about 100 pages in total, but I don't want that to frighten you, because it's going to be how to reply to someone in a text message, how to reply to someone in Messenger. This is a really big one we get asked. How to write emails back to people who ask for queries, okay? And it's not just book a call straight away. That's a little secret right there. And then moving forward in the business, as I alluded to before I jumped on that, is that I am actually going to make a slight pivot, and we are going to talk more about the stories that are holding you back, right? Because the thing with sales is it's all in here, right? The reason why you can't sell your stuff, the reason why you can't book discovery calls, the reason why you can't book enough discovery calls, the reason why you can't convert enough discovery calls, the reason why you can't make the business that you desire, the reason why you can't get to the weight you desire, the reason why you can't have the house you want, or the husband you want, or the wife that you want, or the I say that because I put my wedding rings on this finger to just see whether I liked them or not again, and I'm gonna get them remodeled and now I can't get them off because they are designed to go on this finger, which is actually skinnier. So, and then I asked Janine Lowell, who you'll see soon, coming out in a podcast episode soon, and she's a feng shui and Chinese astrology specialist, and I asked her if it was bad luck to wear your wedding rings on the wrong finger, on the other hand, and she said no, it's not, but it is how the gay community wear their wedding bands. So now I have the lesbian style wedding rings on, so if you can't find the right wife or husband or partner or whichever way you want to go, then it is the stories that you tell yourself. And so we are going to talk about, moving forward, how you can change those stories and how you can become the healthy entrepreneur and have some more Penergy in your life. And that all starts with making sales super easy because the stress that you put yourself under, this constant churn in your head that I suck at this, I'm going to create some more, I'm going to go and do another course, I'm going to go and do some more like mindset, I'm going to go and do some more manifesting. Like if you don't have your sales patter down pat and you don't know how to convert people, I'm really sorry, but you're going to stay where you are. Okay, so the first step is for you to go and grab that CPT Sales Swipe File Suite for $29.99. In it, you are going to get step-by-step instructions in each of, I think there's about 15 different swipe files in there now. We've got text message, messenger, email funnels, webinar funnels, how to reach out to people that are outside of your community or outside of your immediate reach. We've got how to write a Facebook ad that converts. We've got how to write a post in your personal feed that converts. We've got bonuses in there around how to like schedule your time so that you can focus on sales. We've got call to action posts that you can use in socials, and all of them are a swipe file. And if you don't know what a swipe file is, it is basically when you're a kid and you used to have to fill in the word in the text. It's exactly like that. So it's like dear name, I help, insert who you help, people to insert what you do. It's that kind of style of a swipe file. So that's what a swipe file is, and then below it is an example, and it's either the exact example that we've used within the business that converts over 80%. All of my landing pages, all of my email nurture sequences, all over 80%, right? And not many people can say that. I can show you behind the scenes. If you do not believe me, then send me a message and I will do a Loom recording behind the scenes showing you my stats, okay? And they're not just stats of like a couple of months, it's 4 years worth of data. And the more people you put through it, the stronger you can make that offer and that proposition. And so I've really got this down pat, and I am now giving it to you guys for $29.99. So make sure you jump on over and grab that before it disappears at the end of November. And then the second part, so once you've got that, the second part, I want you to spend time. I don't usually give homework from the podcast, but today I'm going to. I want you to spend time and write down all the stories that you're telling yourself about sales. Is it sleazy? Is it elitist? Is it that everyone's always just, pushy, chauvinistic? Do tell yourself stories about estate agents, real estate agents. They're always in it for themselves. They're always, of course they're going to say that because they want to sell your property and make money, right? Of course the salesman in the car yard is going to tell you that it's the best car ever because he wants to make the sale. What lines are you telling yourself? I can't do sales. I'm not a salesperson. I suck at sales. I can't price my offer. I don't know how to sell. All of these things you are telling yourself, which is then just projecting out into the universe and completely putting a barrier up to your ability to sell your products and services. And as we are moving through this pandemic, and it is nowhere near finished, and I would like to say that 2021 is going to be very much a strong version of 2021. We're just going to be used to it more. Although the vaccinations are coming through, there's still a lot of guinea pigs to be tested on first. And I mean that in humans, not in animals, because I don't believe in animal testing. I think that's disgusting. A side note. So you really do have to embrace this, right? Because you really do have to understand how to sell your product online so you can survive next year and finish 2020 on a high. Everyone talks about finishing 2020 on a high. Cheekers. I mean, just being able to spend half an hour on your own would be finishing 2020 on a high, right? But it really is a skill that needs to be learned, developed, and continued. Sales. So one, grab the copy paste tweak sales swipe file suite that's on special, 70% off for Black Friday. That's number one. Then while that's winging its way to you and you can have an explore around in there, if you don't have your mindset, so this is the woo with the do, right? If you don't have your mindset and the fact that that sales is actually okay, then no matter how much you implement all of this white file, it's not going to happen, right? So I really want you to spend time to write down all of the thoughts that you have about sales, good and bad, and really take a hard look at what am I saying to the world, the universe? How am I projecting myself around this sales stuff? And then it's time to make a change, right? So instead of I suck at sales, you could say I'm trying to be better at sales, right? Just, you don't have to go to the extreme where I love sales, right? You could just turn it a little bit more to the positive side. Instead of thinking that estate agents are sleazy bastards that just are after you for your money, how about you think about the fact that they are at your house 4 evenings a week showing people through who are just tire kickers, really just want to have a look. They're looking at 30 or 40 properties before they buy something. Imagine if you had 30 or 40 discovery calls before you sold something. Puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Or 30 or 40 people who visited your sales page and didn't buy anything, right? How about the fact that estate agents help you make your house look brilliant to get you top dollar? Remember, they make a percentage. Here in New Zealand, they make a good percentage, about 7 or 8%. And I know in the UK, it's about 2%. But you make the rest of that profit. They don't. You do. So why are they the bad ones when they're helping you? Right? What about the fact that they're there on the weekends while you're relaxing? They're working and they don't take Mondays and Tuesdays off, right? Because they're following up with all the leads. So let's put it in perspective that yes, they might make $20,000 or $30,000 per sale, but they have put a lot of effort into that 20 or 30,000 and they don't get to keep it all. They have to pay tax, their staff, fees, so try to warp your mind so that you're not being, I'm just going to say it, judgmental about other people's ways of making money, right? What about the car salesman? That's the other one that everyone always goes on about because obviously the encyclopedia man is null and void now. I don't even know if you can buy encyclopedias. Send me a DM on Instagram, Penny_Elliott with 2 Ds _. If we can still buy Britannia encyclopedias. Anyway, I digress. So the car salesman, right? That's the other one that's such a sleazebag. Well, I'll have to let you know that I've got 3 stepbrothers, who have all been in the car sales industry. One of them is gone back to dairy farming, and the other one went to selling watches and then has gone back to sales of cars, and the other one has a very successful car selling business as well. And I'll tell you what, they're not sleazy. I'll tell you what, they're actually quite the opposite. The backside of a salesman in a car yard is like, can you stop coming and trying to take my car out for a drive to feel good? Like, fuck off. Just come in if you want to buy one. Stop wasting our time. There are so many people that will go to car yards weekend after weekend after weekend after weekend and take cars for a test drive to show off to their friends, to feel good, to make themselves feel like they can afford it. There are courses that tell you to do this, right? Go and visit your dream home to be aspirational. Go and drive that car to get that feeling. Well, think about the salesperson on the other end of the phone, right? No one says to you, go and look at that sales page to feel like you want to be that coach, or go to look at the yoga studio but never sign up for a yoga class, right? So let's just keep it in perspective. The other thing is, yes, they make commission on it, but no, they don't make an hourly rate, just like a waitress. But no one ever says a waitress is a sales sleaze, right? But the larger her bill is with you, the larger your bill is with her, the larger her tip is. But we need to think about that when we're ordering dessert and she says that the creme brulee is amazing and that this wine is a perfect match. You think she's being helpful, right? So try to flip it that where you think a salesperson or sales is greedy, sleazy, horrible, try to flip that situation and put yourself in their shoes, or think about how that situation arises in a different manner and how you actually feel good about that situation. And then this will help you build up a library of files that makes sales actually not that bad, right? It's actually really good. And so coming back to the first example I gave of my partner and his business, and they're getting a salesperson and he thought it was dreadful. I've had to help him see, actually it was interesting. He thought it was the end of the world. I told Mum, she was like, oh, excellent. They must be growing. Their business must be getting bigger and bigger if they're going to get a dedicated salesperson. That's awesome. It'll keep them all so busy in work. So isn't that interesting? Two completely different perceptions about the one situation. And this is where I want to take my business and where I'm going to take you guys on a journey. And I want you to share this journey with other people as well, because everyone needs to hear it. We are not confined to the stories that we tell ourselves. And that first one has come from me for 4 years, trying to get you all to see that sales is something different. And so now I'm putting the ball in your court. Right? If you want to have a successful business, if you want to have a successful life, if you want to live in that fancy house that you go and visit and drive that sleazy real estate agent mad with, and you want to drive that fancy car that you think that salesperson on the car sales floor is only trying to make money from you, and you want to eat at Whole Foods, and you want to be able to fill that tree full of awesome presents, and when we can finally travel again, you want to go around the world, then I'm sorry, but you have to have money coming in. And the way to do that is to start with a sales swipe file suite and grab that $29.99 on Black Friday sale. I mean, that's a no-brainer. And then number 2 is write down all those excuses that you've got for, or not excuses, but actual beliefs that you have about sales. Write them all down and then try and write the opposite to them. Or even slightly, dial it round to the positive just a little bit. We don't want you getting too excited about sales and loving it, do we? All right, well, next week we have got another amazing guest. So this Penergy episode is over. If you found this really helpful or aggravating even, then I generally believe that if something has stirred an emotion in you, good or bad, you need to share it with someone else and get their opinion on it. So make sure that you pass on this podcast. You can actually hit the little button and it shares with a friend and you add their details in. Usually it shows up on your phone automatically, because there are other people out in this world that need to hear this message, okay? And a great way of being able to show people how you found this episode is also to leave a review at pennyelliott.com/rate this podcast, I think it is. I'll put it in the show notes. I don't even know the link, sorry. I usually have it written on a piece of paper, but I don't have it. So I will put it in the show notes. Otherwise, just click on the thing where you are. The other great thing is, I'd love for you to tell me, what is the one story that you've told yourself about sales that actually doing this exercise and listening to this episode, you can call BS on yourself. Send it to me as a DM or take a little screenshot. I'll do a smile so that you can do a screenshot now. So you have nice ones of me. Or if you're just listening to the audio. And then tag me in it, Penny_Elliott with 2 T's _ and tell me what it is that you have actually had a bit of an aha, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm actually putting this energy into the world and this is what's coming back to me moment. Much love. See you all next week.